Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside CB South High School. This is an audio-only broadcast of the PIAA Semifinal between the LaSalle College High School Explorers and the North Penn Knights. Bob Long, Colin Baker alongside. This should be a great game. And Colin, we bring you into the booth for a couple reasons, but one of which is your experience at the high school soccer level, the all-time leading goal scorer for LaSalle College High School, and as I understand it, that record, it stood when you left school, and it stands to this day. Welcome to the booth, and thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, Bob, thanks for having me. It's a great night for some soccer.
Well, we're looking forward to it. These are two of the best teams in the state. That just seems to happen when you get to the PIAA semifinal. These are teams that are as hot as any soccer teams in the state, however, as both teams are on at least a 14-match winning streak. LaSalle actually lost to North Penn on September the 21st, and that's the last time that either of these two teams have lost. North Penn that was their fourth win in a row on September the 21st, 2-0 over LaSalle. They've won 20 straight overall and only lost one time this year on September the 13th. LaSalle, after that loss, a 14-game win streak. They are currently on that. So two teams at the tops of their games. Looking forward to seeing for North Penn, Carter Houlihan, Mike Shaffey, and Josh Jones, three guys that will attack, get up front. Jones can play a little bit of a holding mid as well. A North Penn team that I've been told plays a hybrid 4-3-3 type system where they'll come out in that standard look, but you'll have defensive players overlapping and midfielders dropping back, a really fluid movement type of team. For LaSalle, they come out in a 4-5-1 with a lone striker, but five guys in the midfield, including a tremendous player, Brandon Curran, a guy who can move up in that central attacking mid role and create opportunities. Colin, I expect a lot of opportunities offensively here tonight. Will they be able to finish? That's the
question, Bob.
That's the big thing, especially on a night like this.
Night, it's going to be hard to move the ball around. Look at the set pieces. There's going to be at least a set piece goal.
We are underway as North Penn has possession and launches it high towards the LaSalle defense. It's headed forward at about the 30-yard line here on this football field. Out to midfield, still looking for possession, and North Penn is able to play it back. Sent over to the sideline, right at midfield. That's number 15, Liam Gorham, playing it back to the defense, firing it forward up high for the header, number 14 for LaSalle, Ben Herron. Now a good work there by LaSalle onto the foot of James Crawford, who plays it back to his defense, chipped forward towards that lone striker, and LaSalle's going to have possession around midfield. Played on the near side over towards the sideline. Chipped up well by Sean Jennings and into the middle of the field. LaSalle with possession early here as they build into the offensive front but give it away.
I love the intensity, Bob.
This is a good start for the LaSalle Explorers, but now North Penn on a counter, and we get a whistle right near midfield. Foul against North Penn, dressed in the Carolina blue, tops and bottoms here tonight. LaSalle will get the free kick from about the middle of the pitch. This one sent forward. Vito Leone with the left foot. LaSalle does get a head on it. Turning on it well, number 24, Brandon Curran. Plays it over for his teammate, Sean Jennings, who plays it back, and they'll cycle it through the back line. This one now played forward on one hop, chipped high by North Penn, and they will be able to get a clearance momentarily. Sent
ball.
Right back in by LaSalle, settled by Curran, and then North Penn, a great job to clear that one out of harm's way. It heads up the near side and out of bounds. But the first good look for LaSalle. Colin, what'd you see there? I mean, Curran, a great job to go up and try to chest that ball, even to have a shot.
The peripherals on that is like a praying mantis.
Now LaSalle with possession. James Crawford plays it off the foot of North Penn near the sidelines, and it bounces out of bounds.
Bob, I like the start. You got to punish them early, though, because North Penn is not getting settled in the game yet.
James Crawford backs way off like he's going to attempt a long throw. They're about equidistant from the 18. Now they do. It comes in off the back of the head for LaSalle and cleared away by North Penn. The Knights play it forward. This is a nice counter here. Across midfield they go. It's chipped up for number 15, Liam Gorham. Gorham nearly overruns it. It's going to turn on it now and played back for number 14, Carter Houlihan. Now up for number 7, Mike Chaffee. Chaffee back for his teammate. They'll lob it towards the goal line. Chaffee's going to get there, does send it across, and LaSalle forced to clear it. It will be a throw-in right down near the end line. But Chaffee early on here for North Penn. That's a nice counter from the Knights.
This is going to be dangerous, Bob. This throw-in is basically a corner kick.
It'll be Carter Houlihan. This is a long throw. Headed. It's not out of danger yet. At the top of the box, and now LaSalle does get the clearance out towards midfield. North Penn will play it across and now send it right back in. Was nearly offside, but there was one LaSalle defense back. It'll bounce out of bounds. Throw-in coming for LaSalle. Still 0-0. Less than 4 minutes into this one. 36 minutes, 36 seconds left on the clock. No, you know what? A late call, it was offside, so our eyes didn't deceive us here, Colin.
As a former striker, I don't think you're ever offside.
No. Tell me a little bit about your career at LaSalle.
We had a pretty good team, Bob. I will say I don't miss it with nights like these. I
No?
don't think I've ever played in weather this cold.
No?
Just kidding. I probably have, but right now I
Nothing's
can't imagine.
coming to mind, huh?
No.
LaSalle played it forward, and it was knocked almost immediately out of bounds by North Penn. Our first look at Josh Jones, number 23, a big guy. He just stands out from the pack at 6'4". On the ensuing throw, and it actually gets over the head of Jones, I should say.
And the rumor is that Real Madrid is scouting Jones.
Yeah.
I believe he's a future Real Madrid player.
He did go over there with Adidas, the Adidas Select program, for 9 days. He'd even talked to the coaches and said, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss just a couple days of practice. And they're like, are you kidding me? You're going over to Real Madrid to train. North Penn has possession out near midfield. Good work there by Alex Stewart for North Penn, but he gives it away. Hayden Grasso, the sophomore forward for LaSalle, dispossesses, and now the Explorers have the ball across midfield once again. This one now played to the other side. This is on the near side as it's played back to the overlapping midfielder, and it's busted forward. And we get a foul called. A little push from the back from Lucio Narcissi, the junior forward. A free kick coming up. Free kick coming up for North Penn. Final in state semifinal action. Strathaven 2, Archbishop Wood 0. LaSalle with possession here on their own side of midfield as North Penn dispossesses, now brings it up on a little counter. Josh Jones gets a touch. Jones takes on two defenders, and a great defensive play by LaSalle. They're going to get a clearance from it. James Crawford was the one who dispossessed. North Penn has it now on the other side of midfield. Kind of a whiff on a clearance attempt. Now LaSalle with possession. Bringing it the other way. Across the circle in towards the 18. And a great play by North Penn to get a foot on it. That's James Stewart. Stewart now leads the break. The counter is coming. It's 4-on-3 and a good foot in there by LaSalle defense. Joe Cole sent into the box, headed away by LaSalle. Not out of trouble yet. LaSalle's going to get the clearance and with control as they bring it in on the counter themselves. Played well. Good two-man soccer. Here's James Crawford up the near side. Taken off the ball there, but a foul is called. Ryan Mindick, the sophomore defenseman.
This is in a dangerous area, Bob.
They're at about the 30-yard line here on the football field. We're playing, obviously, a wider pitch for soccer, but the goal line is actually the back of the football end zone. So if that gives you any indication, they're 40 yards from the end line here, all the way on the near side. So they're going to bring on big number 4, Vito Leone, the senior defenseman. He'll approach with the left foot and deliver it in. This will come towards the top of the box, headed away well by North Penn. And North Penn leads the break again. These are things that these two teams do so well, is create offensive chances, and LaSalle gets a foot in there well. But it will go past the end line, and a corner kick upcoming for North Penn, their first of the night, the first for either squad.
In these types of games, Bob, it's the free kicks, the corner kicks that usually decides it. So you got to be careful here.
This is as far away from us.
Salle is going to park the bus here.
All 11 guys inside the box. And this one played short. LaSalle is going to get there. They sniffed that one out well. It was low on the ground towards the top of the box. And a great play by Taj Weems. Now sent right back in. And out there to get it on the catch, Jack Heineman, as it was pumped back in from about midfield. Heineman quickly punts it deep. It does get onto the foot of LaSalle's number 7, James Crawford. Can't quite control it. Crawford, on his hop, forces it to be knocked out of bounds, but it will be North Penn's throw. Jack Durkin, the senior, controlled that ball all the way to the sideline. This still on the North Penn defensive side of midfield. Kicked high into the air off the throw in and headed away and out of bounds by LaSalle. James Crawford couldn't control that header as he tried to direct it to the middle of the field there, Colin, but went off the opposite side of the noggin, and here comes North Penn the other way. Quickly losing it, and LaSalle's going to clear it back out of bounds. What do you see so far here, Colin?
I think it's everything I expected it to be. It's a cold night, so it's going to be tough to possess and control the ball. I like LaSalle's intensity, but they need to get more support with the forwards. Playing the 4-5-1, they're leaving the lone striker out to dry.
And it's on the lone striker at that point to hold the ball up, wait for your overlapping midfielders to get out there and create possession. A nice run on the far side of the field by Lucho Narcisi.
This is where you need to punish him, Bob.
Corner. Yes, he knocked it on a crossing pass right into the leg of North Penn. It went below the goal line out of bounds. And now a corner kick opportunity, the first for LaSalle. It'll be an in-swinger from the far side of the field, off the right foot. Sent in, dangerous ball, headed straight up, right on the goal line. It's headed away by North Penn. Colin Baker, the all-time leading scorer here at LaSalle, I tell you, he was feeling it. He sees the goal about to come.
That looked good to me.
I can see the
Where's
juices
the VAR?
still flow.
Do we have VAR at high school soccer?
We're working on that. So North Penn gets the clearance. And now they have possession going the other way. Knocked out of bounds off the foot of LaSalle. North Penn's in the offensive zone. North Penn with the throw-in on the far side of the field. Headed back towards the middle. Still a fight for the ball. LaSalle comes up with it, and they'll elect to just fire it back down the field. Out to midfield, controlled here by North Penn. Ryan Mindick has it on the near side. And knocked away by LaSalle and out of bounds. Still on the offensive side of midfield here for North Penn. Mindick with the throw. North Penn traveling from right to left as we see it in the Carolina blue. Josh Jones nearly got through 2 defenders. Great job by Hayden Grasso coming back from his forward position. And now a lot of space in the middle of the field. LaSalle keeps possession well. Sean Jennings, very strong for the sophomore. Well built and great foot skills there, Colin, to keep that possession. Near side here for LaSalle. Jennings does keep it in, but only momentarily as it's out of bounds. But LaSalle did work it down the field a bit there as they tried to create that opportunity. North Penn coming back the other way with a throw-in. This throw-in comes towards midfield. Aggressive header there by number 7 for LaSalle, James Crawford. And now on it, Lucho Narcisi.
Oh, what a play.
And dispossessed Curran and has it taken right back from him, cleared by North Penn. The space is opening up here, Colin. 28 minutes, 20 seconds left in this first half, still scoreless.
This game is wide open, Bob. A lot of free-flowing passes in the midfield.
Jennings, again, strong on the ball as 2 defenders attack.
Oh, lovely.
They work it back to the middle. 3-man soccer coming through for
He's
Curran. In. Curran's onside, takes the shot, immediately blocked down by North Penn. LaSalle defense comes up strong there to keep possession and drawing a foul is number 14, Ben Herron.
They're knocking on the door, Bob. I'm feeling a goal here.
Herron, a center back, came up strong, well across midfield there, saw the opportunity, Colin, and that's a tremendous play. Now Hayden Grasso, 40 yards from goal. We'll let this one go right from the middle of the field. A wall forms at the edge of the 18. Grasso flips it high. Comes in front. LaSalle with a one-timer, and it is saved. Didn't get a ton on that one. Swung the leg in midair, tried to catch that ball in midair, didn't get all of it. And Sawyer Meade gets his first save of the night. Scoreless, 27 minutes, 8 seconds to play in the first half. Meade punts it long again. Possession here for LaSalle. They
lovely,
build.
lovely.
Good three-man soccer again, and Curran has it. Curran, 15 yards away, shoots it, and it goes low. Not a ton on it, and Sawyer Meade goes down to get it. So another save there for Meade. It is, I am sure you can attest better than I can, tough to get it square here on a night like this.
Yeah, it's the cold weather definitely will play a part anytime you strike the ball.
And a late tackle there. Jennings, a little something to say. That was way late from Liam Gorham. Could have been a yellow, but I think it's just going to be a, hey, last time we see that, next time you might be getting some yellow.
You got to let the boys play, Bob.
I hear you.
It was a foul. It's a big game.
And now this one's sent in towards the box by LaSalle. Possession here. Good work on the end line by North Penn's defense. A great job to really shield the ball away, James Stewart. So it will be a 6-yard kick as desperately Lucho Narcisi tried to chase him down and repossess that ball. 25 minutes, 44 seconds left. We count down from 40 at the high school level. This is an audio broadcast here on Bob Long Sports. Bob Long, Colin Baker. Colin Baker, a former LaSalle College High School soccer player and the all-time leading scorer. Who else would we rather have in the box here tonight? Now North Penn with the ball. Great defensive
Lovely
play
tackle.
by LaSalle.
Lovely tackle. And I'll tell you what, the LaSalle student section's really pumping the boys up.
Vito Leone was the one, came all the way over and made that sliding tackle that you referenced there, Colin. It will be a throw-in for North Penn, but danger averted for the time being, and now a quick header finds its way on net. Jack Heineman, an easy scoop, and LaSalle out of trouble that time around. Heineman lifts this one high into the evening here. Controlled by North Penn. On the far side of the field, they control it without a ton of numbers. LaSalle has brought the boys back quite well. Played through pretty well by North Penn, but LaSalle there with 2 defenders. Explorers looking for possession. They give it away here, though, 25 yards from net. Now a long shot. Heineman has to go up high and bats it over the top bar. That one came 30 yards from net, Colin. A wonderful strike on this cold evening. And Heineman had to be there, and he was.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's getting scouted by Real Madrid. That strike was beautiful and even better save. The goalie was
Jones.
up for the task, as they would say.
So now a corner coming for North Penn. It'll be an in-swinger off the left foot. A good one there. That was headed up by LaSalle. Jones was in the area. One-time strike as it popped up. No. And an opportunity for LaSalle on the counter. They send it up the field, and just a missed touch up front by the lone striker, Curran. But a pretty good look there from LaSalle. Now North Penn right back the other way. A lot of space, all alone. A second defender comes back. Heineman comes up and makes the save. He took it right off the foot of Mike Chaffee, the senior. One of the best goal scorers in the area. Tremendous play by the senior goaltender, Jack Heineman. What do you see, Colin, as a goal scorer when you see a goaltender coming out aggressively like that?
Well, a lot of the times you either have 2 options. You can either dribble by him or place it to his side. A lot of the times they don't expect you to shoot it fast. However, I always felt it was easier to dribble past. When you have that much space like he did, he could have afforded to have an extra couple touches.
Yep, but if you're Heineman, the goaltender, your best chance is put a lot of pressure on him. And that time it
cut
succeeded.
Down the angle.
Well done.
Shout out to my brother who's a goaltender, by the way.
Yeah.
First team All-Catholic at LaSalle.
Wow. That's quite the family. Any more Bakers coming along?
A couple of them went to Wood, but we don't like to count them, right?
Yeah, that's right. Now North Penn back the other way. A long pass coming in from the center of the field, and Heineman comes out on one hop. Another aggressive play by the goaltender. We were told that before the game, that Heineman really is aggressive in the way he plays the game, the way he directs traffic. He's a senior on an otherwise fairly young team, Colin, and that type of leadership is very important coming out of the back. A foul called against LaSalle on that ensuing punt from Heineman. So North Penn comes back the other way. They have some numbers. Sent across, good header by LaSalle. Not out of play yet, and finally LaSalle does clear it out. It was a little bit of a dangerous opportunity. So North Penn with a throw, getting in towards their offensive zone, but LaSalle an opportunity to regroup. Now a long throw does come in. LaSalle has a header, not out, still in the middle of traffic. North Penn wants a handball, nothing called, and it rolls harmlessly to Heineman. He's allowed to do that.
That was awfully close to a handball, Bob.
Now Heineman, the one guy who can pick it up with the hands, he has it and will clear it away. But I understand the argument. So now LaSalle trying to build back some momentum. North Penn has had some good attacking opportunities in the last few minutes. 21 minutes, 16 seconds, counting down from 40 in the first half. A scoreless tilt. LaSalle in the home white uniforms. Here from CB South in the PIAA semifinal, an audio-only broadcast on Bob Long Sports. Out at midfield, LaSalle plays it along the near side. Kept in beautifully. It'll stay in for about 20 yards until it finally rolls out. A nice effort there by James Crawford. Now North Penn with a throw, trying to get it out of their defensive zone. It is flicked high with the header, brought down by Ryan Stewart. Stewart plays it forward. They had a man, but a slip. No contact there, just unfortunately a slip for North Penn, and LaSalle's going to get a clearance. Strong work on the ball out of the backfield by LaSalle. Great job by the back four, and particularly that left winger, or that left back, I should say. They do clear it all the way down the field now, and North Penn, the goalkeeper, Sawyer Mead, out there to pick it up. Mead's punt out into the center of the field. A couple of headers still looking for possession. When LaSalle momentarily had possession, North Penn gets it right back, and that is brought down by a hand. That's number 13, John Graber. So LaSalle right by midfield has the free kick. And this is one, Colin, I think you kind of build it forward. I don't know if this is one where you dump it in, but that is what they'll do. And a pretty nice job to come onto that ball. LaSalle nearly had the opportunity, given away but gotten right back. So here's that build-up that one way or another you wanted if you're LaSalle. Sent to the outside. North Penn gets a body on it and out of bounds for LaSalle. Now what are you thinking about if you're Coach McCaffrey and the 11 on the pitch here for LaSalle?
Well, I think you had a good spell of around 10 minutes. The game is ebbs and flow. North Penn had the run of the play the past 5 or 10. I think it's important that LaSalle gets it back.
Now LaSalle has the ball out at the top of the box. Jennings was there, cleared away by North Penn. LaSalle with the header tries to pump it right back in, but they give it away. Number 13, John Graber, plays it up the middle of the field. They'll dish it out. Here comes North Penn. Ryan Stewart, number 1, is out there. Double teamed by LaSalle. Has some help behind him if he wants it. Doesn't see it, but does play it off the defense for LaSalle, and a throw in upcoming. North Penn did not get a lot on that throw. The hands are slippery, and the ball is slippery here today. So LaSalle has possession in the back four. They'll play it forward towards the center of the field. Knocked out of play on the head by North Penn right at the middle of the field on the near side. Scoreless here, 18 minutes, 17 seconds left in the first half. Bob Long, Colin Baker alongside for a PIAA semifinal. And Colin Baker, it's good to have you up here for the first time, my friend.
Well, yeah, thanks, Bob. Thanks for inviting me.
How is it being on this side of the high school soccer environment? What do you think of broadcasting?
It's a little different. I would say that
just a little.
I'm not used to the weather. I will say that.
It is cold here
At
tonight.
least I'm not at this point in my life.
North Penn nearly had an opportunity on a counter. LaSalle, I think, does the right thing. Ben Herron just chucks it out of bounds, lives to see another day, and the defense comes back. North Penn with possession just on their side of half. Played back on the near side, flipped high. And this is kind of the game here for North Penn where they've been most successful as they force another Out of bounds clearance from LaSalle is get your guys right on that offside line, launch it high, and have your guys run onto it.
Yeah, especially in this weather, it's going to be tough to string some passes together, Bob. I really do believe that the goal is going to be on a set piece or some sort of flighted ball into the box.
So now it's Ryan Mindick. He's the guy of choice to throw these in. Good work there by Ryan Stewart. Now it's sent in from Mindick and out to get it Heineman. Not a ton of North Penn Knights crashing the net there, Colin.
No, and that was a good job by the goalkeeper to come out and grab that.
Heineman blasts this one high into the night, not a long one. Settled well by North Penn. That's Ryan Stewart. Stewart playing it forward for Mike Chaffee. Chaffee gives it back for John Graber. They're at the top of the box. A lot of traffic around. It does come through. The shot goes just high from North Penn. And Mike Chaffee cannot believe it in the area as well. John Graber. Graber was actually the one who struck it with the left foot. It popped through about 2 defenders. There were 5 in the area. Think a hockey scrum. Right at the top of the box, the ball squirts through. And the only one there was John Graber. Flicked it well high of net.
He was thinking about a celebration, Bob.
But we remain scoreless. 16 minutes exactly to play. Counting down here from 40 in the first half. And now another giveaway here. Could have been a foul, but North Penn crashes forward. A shot from James well high. That one hit the back fence behind the track. That had a lot on it, but kind of didn't get that knee over the ball, Colin. Easy to do on a night like this. Coming a little off balance, and it just sailed high and wide.
Yep. Got to put it on target, Bob.
So LaSalle will try again. 2 pretty good chances by North Penn in the last minute and a half, both of them well high of the bar. LaSalle comes onto the ball well. A good turn by the defensive back, and one more swing of the leg. It heads out from number 20, Sam McShane. And make that Seth Mikulik, number 26, who got that clearance from LaSalle. A big one, as North Penn now has a throw on their defensive side of midfield on the near side of the field.
LaSalle's got to get back into this game, Bob. North Penn's controlling it the last 10 to 15 minutes.
And Mikulik does clear it long, sent right back into the stratosphere by North Penn, headed around, still looking for possession. LaSalle comes down with it quite well, but can't quite execute the next pass. So North Penn has it at midfield. Number 13, John Graber, plays it forward. Sent right back North Penn's way by LaSalle, and this is just a back and forth right now, looking for possession on one side. It's played back for Heineman, and he'll launch it towards midfield again. Great job shielding the ball by James Stewart for North Penn, one of their center backs, one of the strong guys on their team. Josh Jones has it now, nearly lost it. He's able to come back with it. Now there's a foul called against LaSalle. The much smaller Derek Hamill was going up against Josh Jones. And the free kick will come 50 yards from net. Just a shade inside midfield. It will be Jamie Stewart for North Penn, dressed in the Carolina blue, tops and bottoms, to deliver this. 4 Knights right at the top of the 18. A good ball from Stewart out there, Heineman. That one got all the way to net, and Heineman at about 6 yards out. Came out, got high, prevented any deflection from North Penn. Still scoreless as you see, as the punt is high, controlled by North Penn. Colin, I think you'd probably agree. It was LaSalle with control in about the first 10 to 15 minutes. The last 15 or so, probably North Penn. They've had a couple looks. Heineman's going to come out to get that one on a long delivery in that went over the head of his intended target. But, you know, if you're North Penn and Paul Duddy, you're happy with the last 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think LaSalle needs to get back into it, but I will say these types of games are dangerous. You think you're dominating, and next thing you know, there's a counterattack and there's a goal. Soccer's a very funny game. Game of 2 halves, Bob.
And even halves within a half, as LaSalle had really the best look of anybody as a header 2 headers really led to the ball being in the air, heading towards the back of the net, and on the goal line, number 8, James Stewart, the defenseman for North Penn, able to clear it away. That was the best chance, and it probably came no more than 10 minutes into this match.
Oh, what a ball.
And here comes LaSalle the other way, a good counter. This sent in, and a little bit too much on that one. Now to the far post, a recovery, and into the side netting. North Penn did not play that well.
That was a peach of a pass, Bob. That was a peach of a pass.
Peach of a pass coming in. Hunter Stites, the sophomore defenseman, I think thought he had more time than he did as he turned. He tried to send it out of bounds on the far side. Who was there? But James Crawford right on the other side. He started on the right, did Crawford. He comes left, and everywhere that guy goes, good things happen. He is impressive on the offensive side of the ball. So now North Penn has possession in their offensive zone, played across the field here, built from the back well. Graber has it playing to the outside, 50 yards from net. And a pass goes begging as LaSalle gets the clearance. Looking for possession. It will be North Penn with it. Again, bringing it forward, headed away and out of bounds by LaSalle. Right into the bench. Head coach Tom McCaffrey able to continue his winning ways with this team. They've gotten better and better. It started with a Philadelphia Catholic League title a few years ago, Colin, and this is a team that has gotten as far as the program has ever gotten. It's got to make you proud as an alum.
It does make me proud. It does. Unfortunately, my teams weren't allowed to play, or the teams before PIAA.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, this team looks like they're going to win tonight. I have a feeling.
Oh, man.
I got a feeling, Bob.
He's making a prediction. The
go
water boy, that ain't no guess. That's what it's going to be. North Penn has it now, though. Top of the box. It's sent in. Didn't have a ton on that one. Cleared away initially by LaSalle. Now a volley goes well high and wide from North Penn. And that's one where if you're number 5, Ryan McCann, the junior from North Penn, it's bouncing up to you. It looks so good, but that's one of those low percentage shots. You pull that back.
You can never say that to a shooter, Bob. Shooters got to shoot.
Yeah, I'm talking to the wrong guy here.
There's no such thing as a bad shot.
Talking to the wrong guy. 10 minutes left to play in a scoreless first half. This sent in. Heineman out there to get it right at the top of the box in about a half second in time. Otherwise, that could have been trouble as he came out and got that bouncing ball. He's been good. He's been really aggressive in net so far tonight, Colin. On the far side of the field, right at midfield, North Penn has it. Just slings it in towards the box. Nobody making a run. And once again, Jack Heineman, this time with a little bit less duress with which to cope. He'll punt this one away. Josh Jones goes up high, gets an initial header on it, and he climbed the ladder, if you will, on that LaSalle player with his back to him. So a foul against Josh Jones. Right at midfield, it'll be sent forward by one of the defensemen for LaSalle. Taj Weems. Weems listed as a midfielder, but these guys play back and forth so well, Colin, overlap one another, and will switch from left to right. It's a really fluid system that Tom McCaffrey and this LaSalle soccer team plays. This one chipped forward.
He's in.
Here's Kern with the shot. A big save. Big save there by Sawyer Mead as he had to go full extension. He couldn't have struck
that any better right there. That was a great save.
Full extension to his left. So there you go. There's one of those where you dump it down to the top of the box and let Brandon Curran, who the junior forward, he has just been unbelievable this year, one of the best scorers in the state. That's why you do that, Colin. You give him a shot.
Shooter's got to shoot, Bob.
Given away here by LaSalle and gotten right back. Played forward, but Josh Jones is on it. Jones at 6'4", a junior. Great play there as he runs through one defender, and it is cleared away and out of bounds by Ben Herron. Boy, he's one of those trains when he gets momentum going downhill. It is tough to stop. This is a dangerous set piece here as a foul was called against LaSalle before it was cleared away. So the foul was called against Derek Hamill, who kind of took the brunt of that from Josh Jones. Sent in. Cleared away by LaSalle, but it was just wide of net. It was cleared past the end line, but not so convincing. Heineman had to lay out. It was going to be wide the entire time, but not by much.
Set pieces. Set pieces.
You get the sense. Here's another one. It's a goal. North Penn off the corner. Delivered by Carter Houlihan. It was a beautiful cross. Headed into the back of the net. And North Penn with a 1-0 lead. James Stewart out of the back line. The big man on defense. Heads it home. Lost his hat in the process. Doesn't matter. That's a big goal for North Penn with 7 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first half. Colin, what'd you see there? I mean, you were calling it out. Set pieces, and there it was.
Well, I don't think the game's over by any means.
Well, sure.
But set pieces are so important, Bob. In games like this, big games, they're won or lost on corner kicks. You see it all the time at the highest level.
Played forward there by North Penn. And going down on the play was Ryan Stewart. LaSalle comes up with it. There was no call. And nearly an opportunity there.
Penalty.
A big play. He's calling for penalty. Not going to come. Sawyer Meade, I thought, came out well and just attacked that ball. I didn't see the penalty there. It was a one-hop. Once again, misplayed by the right back for North Penn. That's the second time. And LaSalle had another great opportunity from it.
And the North Penn players are getting into it with LaSalle high schoolers.
Ryan Stewart there had something to say to the LaSalle student section as they were having some fun with him. Ryan Mindick on the offensive side of midfield for North Penn throws it in. Nice job by LaSalle to get the clearance. They have possession, playing it up the near side, and an unfortunate touch there, not really controlled well by James Crawford. So now North Penn comes back the other way with it. And it's headed away in desperation by Ben Herron. So now North Penn has another throw-in at the top of the box. Carter Houlihan has been the guy to deliver some long throws into the box thus far. Houlihan delivered the set piece from the corner that resulted in the goal. And we have a stoppage here as I think we have a substitution coming in. Now they do throw it short. Houlihan gets it right back. Taken down on the play. Again, no call. LaSalle trying to clear. They cleared it off their own guy, and now on second attempt, here they come. They don't have any numbers. Here's one where you might be able to hold it up and wait for traffic. Boy, that's a great play there. Held up perfectly by Brandon Curran as two defenders came out wide. LaSalle with possession on the offensive side of midfield. Good build up here. Now they play it back to the back four. On the far side of the field, still possession here for LaSalle. Patience as they're right along midfield, playing it from side to side, switching fields, and now delivering it forward onto the foot of North Penn, and they get a clearance, however. This one launched forward by North Penn, nobody making the run. Again, Heineman, an easy save as he comes out to grab that one. 4 minutes and 28 seconds left in this first half. North Penn a 1-0 lead over LaSalle. And here comes LaSalle the other way, playing it forward. Running onto it is number 7, James Crawford. Crawford throws it off the foot of Jones, and Josh Jones plays that excellently, but Crawford's going to get it back. Top of the box, playing it through. One touch, another one coming forward, and they can't get the shot off. Nearly there for LaSalle. And out of bounds, it'll be a LaSalle throw. About 40 yards from goal, but that was another nice opportunity there for Sean Jennings. It was one touch from 3 different guys playing in a little triangle near the top of the box. Jennings was probably, Colin, one touch away from getting a shot off there.
Right, and if you would have put a first-time ball into the box, you had a couple LaSalle runners there.
On the weak side, far side post. Now a throw in here from LaSalle. Quickly popped into the air by North Penn. Will do it again, out of bounds. A throw in coming from about the same spot. Derek Hamill throws it deep, headed back out by North Penn. On a one-hop, the LaSalle is going to get a header and chipped out of bounds at about the same spot. So 3 minutes left in this first half. LaSalle trying to get one or two more chances in the offensive zone. Bob Long, Colin Baker here for an audio-only broadcast of the PIAA State Semifinal. LaSalle in the home whites, North Penn in the Carolina Blues, sent in hard and low, headed out by North Penn, but LaSalle still has it. Curran passes in and his teammate could not quite control it. Now Curran gets it back. Has a man on the outside, dribbles through one defender. Dribbles through another, taken down on the play, nothing called, and North Penn gets the clearance, but now we'll get a throw-in from the other side, just 30 yards from goal. Perhaps not. North Penn is going to get the throw in there, Colin.
Don't really understand how North Penn's throwing.
Must have nicked the LaSalle guy on the way out, but I didn't see it. But it is volleyed forward here by LaSalle and controlled. Sent up the far side. Curran on the run, as is Hayden Grasso. But North Penn gets there first. LaSalle's going to get possession right back in a pretty dangerous spot. They'll switch the field. Here's Jennings. Jennings turns on it well, sends back to the middle of the field. 25 yards from goal, sent in on the line, and it's saved there by Sawyer Mead.
Was a bit ambitious, but I like the attempt. Got to get some shots on goal.
Punted forward by North Penn, headed up, and LaSalle looking for possession. A minute 28 to play. North Penn with a 1-0 lead over LaSalle. Headed high into the air. One hop to North Penn. This is number 14, Carter Houlihan, taking off his foot, and LaSalle gets the clearance. Staying inbounds on the offensive side of midfield for North Penn, playing back to the middle as they possess. Knocked out of bounds by North Penn. No, by LaSalle. It's the second one in as many minutes, Colin, that you kind of question the call. It was right in front of us on the near side.
Yeah. Don't know what he was looking at that one.
This one sent all the way across. That's a pretty good ball there by Ryan Stewart. Creating space on the other side. Shipped forward now. Gets all the way onto the foot of Mike Chaffee, but then LaSalle right there. Great job by the defense to make that one touch his last. And cleared back up the field. On one hop, Stewart has trouble controlling it. Nice job by Hayden Grasso, but it's out of bounds. Last touch by him. .21 seconds left. Thrown in by North Penn, and nobody there. LaSalle, with patience, taking their time clearing this one. 12 seconds left. North Penn can maybe get one more quick throw in. Carter Houlihan, undeterred, and now we'll just throw it to the sideline and exhaust the remainder of the time here in the first half. It is halftime here at CB South High School, the site of the PIAA State Semifinal, an audio-only broadcast live on Bob Long Sports. Bob Long, Colin Baker alongside. Okay, Colin, so what'd you think?
Thought LaSalle started off very strong, and then North Penn kind of settled into the game. I think LaSalle, like I said, it's a tale of two halves. It's important that they come out with some intensity in the second half, and I think they're right back in this.
I think so as well. I mean, 1-0, anything can happen. And you mentioned set pieces. I think set pieces are a key, especially on a night like this. And it's been a quite an evening so far. I think we have another good 40 minutes coming up. We'll take a quick break. Hang with us here. You'll hear just kind of some background noise for another couple minutes. It's a short half, 10 minutes, and we'll be back shortly here from CB South, the PIAA semifinal. It's live here on Bob Long Sports.
Folks, if you drive a Jeep, you may not be driving that Jeep. I got your keys up here in the booth. If you have Jeep car keys attached to an Eagles lanyard, we got your keys. You won't be going home without the keys. We have Jeep keys attached to an Eagles lanyard up here in the press box.
Still a couple minutes left here at halftime. Bob Long, Colin Baker alongside. It was an entertaining first half, I'll certainly say that. North Penn has the 1-0 lead. Thanks for being with us here on Bob Long Sports. An audio-only broadcast of the PIAA State Semifinal, LaSalle against North Penn. It's the Knights, Colin, with a 1-0 lead, a set piece, and a beautiful one at that. A curling in-swinger from the near side off that corner, coming right to the near post, and a wonderful play by James Stewart to come in. Really no chance whatsoever for the goaltender for LaSalle Heineman, and so tough to mark a big guy like Stewart on a low, curling, really searing ball like that to the near post.
You got that right, Bob. It was a great ball. Michelangelo himself.
Finish that.
I couldn't get it out. Michelangelo himself couldn't have painted a better platter than that.
That is great. That is great.
Yeah, the keys are mine. The Eagles key. I don't know how to do it.
So we have just a couple minutes left till halftime. We did have a visitor, our first visitor to the booth.
Fortunately, he was looking for his keys.
He was looking for his car keys, which we did not have. But thankfully, the public address announcer did. So that's a big thing, because getting stuck out in this weather any longer than you want to be is
it's gonna get hard. It's hard to get home when you don't have a car, Bob.
That's right.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Although
So
there
I'm
is
told.
Uber.
That is true.
I'm told. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left till we begin the second half, and a great time to talk about how well these LaSalle teams have done this fall. And it's been fun broadcasting some of them. LaSalle football season came to an end on Saturday evening as St. Joseph's Prep took them down. That's an unbelievable football team that St. Joe's has, but a great season for LaSalle. 8-3, rebounding from 5-6 the prior year, and a lot of really good seniors, ending their career with a huge win against Roman Catholic in the District 12 quarterfinals the week before. And sometimes you just run into a brick wall, and that's what they did against St. Joe's. But the cross-country team, second in the state this year, and they are continuing, to build for indoor track, outdoor track, some tremendous athletes on that team, one of the best teams that LaSalle has ever had. A golf team. The golf team had an unbelievable year as well. And And same for this soccer team. And here they are in the state semifinals, looking to get to the state finals. Every team, each of those 3 teams I just mentioned, got to the equivalent of the state semifinal or better. They were one of the top 4 teams in the state. This soccer team is no different. And it's been a great fall season for this LaSalle athletics pairings, groups of teams, and really unlike, I want to say, most likely any season that we've seen in recent memory. Colin, I know we're big golfers outside of our time.
I try.
Working full-time and, of course,
Golfer,
broadcasting. I think
try.
we can.
I try.
Certainly not golfers that Marty would take on his team or Chris Carabello.
That's
but
true.
We do our very
I
best.
also take a mulligan each hole. So.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Is that allowed in the
I think that's a rule. I think they implemented it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, is that allowed in
I got to keep it PG. I could tell some golf stories right now, but
oh boy.
Got to keep it PG, Bob.
Okay. All right, we'll do that then. I think that's probably a good idea. Yes, a great set of teams for LaSalle in this fall season. Up next for us on Bob Long Sports is LaSalle basketball. So I think their first game is a week or 2 into December. Mike McKee is bringing back a young team. They graduated a lot of seniors. They made a trek all the way to the state semifinals last year. Had a great season. Looking forward to what Mike and the team brings back this year. Just a minute or so until we get back underway for the beginning of the second half. Hang with us. Bob Long, Colin Baker here on Bob Long Sports. The PIAA semifinals. We'll bid you adieu for less than a minute and be back shortly. And we welcome everybody back once more, beginning of the second half here on Bob Long Sports. Bob Long, Colin Baker. Colin Baker, the all-time leading goal scorer for LaSalle College High School. Does it get old or no, hearing that?
Never gets old.
Never gets old? Do you hear it enough? That's the real question.
I think I hear it for the ones I missed rather than the ones I made. My brother loves to give me a lot of guff.
I see. Well, the way it sounds to me, it doesn't sound like you missed a ton back in your day.
I didn't, so we can leave it there.
LaSalle will tap it to get underway. One thing we didn't really mention, and perhaps it's because we have wonderful accommodations here in the box that we're avoiding some of the quite gusty winds that we have here this evening. North Penn spent the entirety of that first half driving with the wind at their backs, and now they'll turn it around, and LaSalle, trailing 1-0, will go with the wind at their backs.
It'd be interesting to see as the second half progresses how Coach McCaffrey changes his formation. Don't be shocked if they put 3 up top as the game approaches towards the end.
Sure, absolutely. Why not? So North Penn is going to get a free kick after a foul from LaSalle. We're just 30 seconds into this second half. And as we mentioned, that 1-0 lead for North Penn comes on the set piece. Now another one comes in. Heineman comes in, got a hand on it, and now a foul is called against North Penn. It was bang, bang. The North Penn forward was coming in. Heineman at the same time.
That's a good call. It was
they
a good
hit
call,
bodies.
Bob.
Yeah, what do you like about that call?
That it was for LaSalle.
I was going to say, it went against a striker. What are you talking about? But again, it was one of those things where it was essentially a 50-50 ball. Heineman probably got there a half second early, then got whacked. But clearly that wasn't the intent from, from number 7, Mike Chaffee. But that's the way it works out. It's a game of inches and milliseconds. And so now that foul leads to another foul around midfield as LaSalle played the ball forward. They're going to have a set piece right at midfield. It'll be delivered with an in-swinger from the left foot as far as it can go. And this does have some legs. Headed out by North Penn, but LaSalle will get possession on the near side. That's James Crawford as he lets that one go out of bounds. Now number 5, Joe Cole. Cole throws it in. Shielded well by Jennings. Jennings avoids one defender. Now tries to take on a second, and North Penn able to get the clearance, but Jennings got his head in there and able to keep that one in for the time being. Now North Penn will clear it out towards midfield, and LaSalle has it. It's just volleyed straight back towards Jennings. Jennings with a solid touch on that one, and here comes Curran. Curran plays it forward, playing it through for Lucho Narcisi, and he can't get there. Nice play by Sawyer Meade. He's aggressive this time, coming out to get it in the box. So I see there might be some folks giving you some feedback for your performance so far. What are they saying? Are they enjoying it?
I think they are. I think they are.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right, fair enough.
It's not over yet, so I don't know if I.
Well, I mean your performance. Oh, you mean you have plenty of time to?
No, I mean if I had to grade myself, I would say I'd probably give myself no less than an A-.
No less. I would not give you less than an A- either. A+ in my book.
Still have some room to work on.
Hayden Grasso across midfield.
Oh, what a ball.
Delivers
He's in.
a really nice ball to the outside. LaSalle has it now. Coming in with the left foot, goes hard and on the turf, and North Penn has it. LaSalle's going to get it right back in the center of the field, about 35 yards from goal, and they play it back to midfield. Joe Cole shimmies the one defender, now brings it forward. Good work here by Curran, playing to the outside. Taj Weems. Weems with the left foot sends it in on one hop. It's cleared high into the air by North Penn, but not out. And nearly back onto the foot of Curran, but he can't, and it's just volleyed as far as North Penn can kick it. So now it's played back to the goaltender, Jack Heineman. Up the near side, here's Vito Leone. A good ball there for Curran. Couldn't quite control it, but Joe Cole follows up. Along the near side, Cole is in there with Curran. Played back beautifully towards Hayden Grasso. Grasso will finish the job by pushing it across to the far side of the field, and LaSalle creating space in the middle as Grasso gets it right back. Out of bounds there, knocked away by North Penn, and LaSalle will get a throw-in. Derek Hamill will toss it in. On their offensive side of midfield, Hamill directing traffic. 35 minutes, 39 seconds left in the second half. LaSalle fights for.
Oh, that's a dive.
And gets possession, but there's going to be a foul called against LaSalle. Baker, my man Colin Bacon over here saying a
I
dive.
know some things about diving, and that was a dive.
Okay,
Bob.
there you go. Tell me more.
When you can't get to the ball, you dive.
There you go.
There you go.
Your college career, Colin. St. Joseph's University.
Yep.
How was that?
It was great. It was great. Enjoyed every second of it. Had too much fun, as they would say.
Oh, yeah? Oh, boy. Well done by Josh Jones to pull that down, but then an ambitious pass that wasn't really executed well enough, and so LaSalle gets the clearance. It's pumped right back in by North Penn. They have the ball and a great defensive play coming over. Ben Herron clears it away at the moment of truth. Heineman wasn't going to get there. The only guy that could save a clear scoring opportunity was Herron, and he darted right across and cleared it. Jones settled. It's cleared immediately by LaSalle. Coming onto it now is Brandon Curran. Curran plays it up. Here's Joe Cole turning on it in the area, as well as Taj Weems. Weems sends it over to the middle of the field, and a nice defensive play by North Penn to come up with the ball and clear it back into the LaSalle defensive territory. Now Hayden Grasso. That pass come on to by the left back for North Penn. Chucked high, heading back towards the area, and Heineman comes all the way out and clears it. He was outside the box, couldn't have grabbed it with his hands, but he was the guy that had to come out and make that aggressive play. He did just that, Colin.
And he did. It'll be interesting. I think LaSalle needs to put another man up top. As the game progresses, they need to develop more scoring opportunities.
It's the second time that North Penn had trouble with a slippery ball. Ball came on a throw-in, just pretty much straight up into the air. It barely made it into the field of play. LaSalle with possession. Hayden Grasso goes up high for a header. Pulled back by the Explorers, dressed in the home white uniforms. Grasso plays it forward and now to the outside, building up well along that right side. Now dumped towards the end line. It's a race for it. North Penn trying to keep it, and they do. They keep that LaSalle outside winger from coming out and getting the play. It's a really nice job to chase that ball to the end line and really shield that from the oncoming LaSalle Explorer. 6-yard kick, 33 minutes left in the second half. A state semifinal here at the PIAA 4A classification. North Penn from left to right here in this half with the wind squarely in their faces against LaSalle. Home whites with the wind at their backs, trailing 1-0. Good ball there from LaSalle, building up the middle of the field. Here's Curran. Curran plays to the outside. Taj Weems is there. Weems takes on a North Penn defender, knocked out of bounds by North Penn, number 17, Starrett Vesper. And now a long throw opportunity for LaSalle if they elect it. Looks like that's what it's going to be. Joe Cole back onto the track. He'll move forward, get a lot of momentum, and throw it in towards the 6-yard line. Kept in bounds for the time being. And a 6-yard kick as that one last touched by LaSalle heads past the end line. That was dangerous, Colin.
That was dangerous.
But North Penn lives to see another day. Certainly it's been LaSalle with the greater offensive possession and efficiency thus far in the second half. Certainly that equates to the wind, as we talked about. And really when we went out of the box at halftime, that's when we really started to feel just how windy it is out there. Here's a counter the other way for North Penn. LaSalle defense back. Josh Jones there. Right in front. The shot. Big save by Heineman. And the rebound is in. North Penn offside. It looks like.
He has to be offsides.
Not calling it back, though. The referee came in right at the end. And it looked like he was going to say something, but no. Jack Heineman made the initial save. But it was essentially 2-on-none. The first one, nothing he could do with that rebound.
Well, you know what they say.
Mike Chaffee, I think, is the one who ended it.
It's a dangerous lead. It's a dangerous lead.
There you go.
It's the worst lead to have, some might say.
Would you say that?
Some might say it's the worst lead you can have.
Okay. Mike Chaffee there puts it home. And really just a brilliant counter that time from North Penn. And LaSalle was controlling it. I had just said they had the better offensive efficiency. But one counter can do that for you. And now this 2-0 lead matches the lead that North Penn defeated LaSalle by on September 21st. But a long way to go here as there's more than 30 minutes left in this contest. North Penn's going to get the ball on an out-of-bounds throw-in. Pat Chester, the senior, plays it back. Coming forward around the center of the field looking for possession, it will be LaSalle there. Joe Cole playing forward for Jennings. Jennings taken off the ball by a really strong Josh Jones. A good ball through. Here comes North Penn again. They'll get one more shot at it. Heineman a big save and cleared away by LaSalle. Heineman has come up huge on the last two saves. Unfortunately, the goal, there was nothing he could do about the other one. Now another shot right in front. They'll get another look. Heineman comes out and makes two big saves from point-blank range, cutting down the angle and keeping this one 2-0. But North Penn firing on all cylinders offensively, creating brilliant chances in front. What'd you see there, Colin?
Heineman's keeping LaSalle in the game. That's for sure.
LaSalle just losing a little bit of spacing back there defensively. North Penn a step quicker.
There's a little lapse. LaSalle's got to get the possession back. Put some more pressure on North Penn.
This one launched in towards the middle. Curran has it, turns on the ball. brings two defenders to him. One of them was Josh Jones, and Jones able to launch the ball forward. North Penn clears it up the far side. A good ball. LaSalle back there first, and they're forced to just knock it out of bounds. So it will be North Penn with the throw-in on their offensive side of midfield, about 50 yards from goal. Played forward. Here's another one brought into the box by North Penn. Knights will get there first. Shot and save by Heineman. Able to deflect that one past the end line. Again, cut down the angle on that near post. But again, North Penn to the ball first. A dramatic scoring opportunity. Another corner coming up for the Knights. LaSalle needs to hang on here. 28 minutes, 40 seconds left. This is a good in-swinger. Heineman goes up high and punches it out.
Heineman came out and made that his box, Bob.
He has been unbelievable in the last 5 minutes, including the first save on the actual goal that was scored here in the second half. Nothing he could do on that rebound, but made an unbelievable first save that almost bailed out LaSalle. That could have been as good as any of them because that was a clear, free header upcoming for North Penn if he didn't get his fist in the way. Weems, he'll try to cross the field. That would have been a long way to go to get it all the way over to the far side. North Penn comes back the other way and being pulled at, and LaSalle will be called for a foul. Carter Houlihan, as soon as he felt that, just stopped, turned around, and glared at the official to elicit that call. It was absolutely the right one. But North Penn certainly content to draw some fouls, bleed some clock. We're under 28 minutes to play in this state semifinal. Knights with a 2-0 lead over LaSalle. Another one comes in for North Penn, and a foul is called right around the top of the box as there was some hand fighting there from the Knights. And a discussion happening between the official and one of the North Penn Knights there where the foul was called. Now LaSalle plays it forward. They have possession on the near side of the field, about 45 yards from the goal. They'll play it back. Hayden Grasso. Now Brandon Curran. Curran takes on two defenders, loses the ball. And North Penn coming back the other way. They'll be patient with this one. Didn't get a lot on that, however, and LaSalle an opportunity, but the header goes right into the legs of Starrett Vesper. Vesper now plays it over for Jones. Josh Jones plays it right back for Vesper. And another shot coming in. That was a good delivery, but LaSalle came over to get it. Ben Herron. Now a one-timer goes wide. Jack Heineman had that the whole way. It didn't have a ton on it. Got down. Laid down for it just to make sure if it was coming on the net that he was there, but let it go wide, and now a 6-yard kick for LaSalle. North Penn with the possession after that 6-yard kick, bringing it towards the goal line, sent in towards Houlihan, a nice header away by Weems. Now McCallick, strong on the back there with the ball and a defender on his back, played back to the defense for LaSalle. They'll build from the back. Played forward and a nice step up by the center back, number 8 for North Penn, James Stewart. Stewart, the goal scorer, plays it up himself, takes a wild shot. That one went well high and more even well wide. It'll be a 6-yard kick for LaSalle, but now time, the issue for this LaSalle team. 25 minutes, 13 seconds, counting down from 40. This one delivered on a 6-yard kick from Heineman. Turned on well by North Penn. A good play through. Here's a one-time shot and didn't get anything on it. Not a good one there from number 7, Mike Chaffee. For as good as his first goal was, a lot left to be desired on that one.
Yeah, I didn't get all of it.
But, Colin, what they are getting, the Knights are
shots. They're getting
chances,
shots.
big time. This is a good play here from LaSalle as they'll switch field. They're in the offensive zone about 30 yards from the net. Good play by number 7, James Crawford. Displaced, though, from the ball, and now North Penn, with some space, carries it forward. A good play for Chaffee, who just sends it over to his oncoming teammate and over to get it desperately, number 14, Ben Herron. And LaSalle a little bit on the heels here defensively as North Penn continues to build with a 2-0 lead. 24 minutes to play. As you mentioned, though, anything can kind of happen here. 2 goals isn't as much as you think. And a set piece here or there, and LaSalle can find themselves right back in it. What they need to do is keep that tally right at 2.
LaSalle's going to need to have to score in the next 10 to 15 minutes, Bob, or else they're going to run out of time. It's hard to score 2 goals in 10 minutes.
Yep, I hear you. What they do get is a free kick coming on their defensive side of midfield. Heineman all the way out as he sends everybody across midfield. The wind is at LaSalle's back for what that is worth. Certainly you need to build it up with consistent passes, but that can be a little bit easier when the wind's at your back, Colin.
Yeah, they just got to put balls in the box. You're not going to be able to build possession in this type of weather. It's just it's the detriment, really. LaSalle's a technical team, but it's not much you can do when it's 30 degrees out.
A really nice play forward there by North Penn. A dummy playing through now, and here comes the Knights the other way. They're going to pull this back in no particular hurry. And now pushing off is North Penn, and they're not happy about it. One of the forwards for North Penn says, "Are you kidding me?" A little bit of a dive, he thought, from the LaSalle defenseman.
Looked like he had the stiff arm from the Heisman right
there.
It did.
The old Des Howard.
I don't know what
Heisman.
he's complaining about. That's a foul. That's a foul in football.
22 minutes, 25 seconds, counting down from 40 here in the second half. North Penn 2, LaSalle nothing in the PIAA state semifinal. Jack Heineman delivers the free kick from LaSalle. Along the near side as the wind howls around our press box here at CB South. Out of bounds, a throw-in for LaSalle. On the offensive side of midfield, they're going to leave that one back for what looks like Cole to throw it in. He had James Barton, but elected to go more downfield. Now Barton comes onto it. Pretty nice play by LaSalle. Bringing it in towards the box. Looking for the shot. Didn't have much on it.
Ooh. I'll tell you what. That was as close as a cucumber right there.
Just couldn't get a ton on it. Was working through traffic, but that was a great play. And that was actually Jennings, number 16, coming in there. Barton was in the area as well. And really just forced the issue. Now North Penn back the other way. They carry it in. A shot is well wide, but deflected by LaSalle past the end line. So that's why it went wide, and now it'll be another corner coming up for North Penn. Under 21 minutes to play. A bitterly cold night from CB South. The winner goes to Hershey, where, as I understand it, it's not that warm there either.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold at Hershey.
Everywhere you look these days, it seems like. We had a nice couple days of fall this weekend.
It's global warming. It actually gets colder before it gets warmer, Bob.
North Penn with the corner. It'll be an in-swinger coming off the right foot. Low one, and cleared away by LaSalle. Now what LaSalle's going to need is possession. It'll start with Seth McCallick playing back to the defense. And LaSalle unable to get possession, misplaying there for the Explorers, and now North Penn coming back the other way. Played on one touch by Nate Burnell. On the far side, North Penn, dressed in the Carolina blue, plays it off the leg of a LaSalle Explorer, and it'll be a throw-in right at the top of the box. North Penn's going to be in no particular hurry to throw this one in. A sub coming in. The clock continues to bleed. And as Colin, as you mentioned, you kind of want to see a goal by somewhere around 15 minutes left if you're LaSalle. That's a delivery in from North Penn and nobody really there. It'll head out of bounds past the flag, and that was past the end line. So a 6-yard kick coming up for Heineman. Time has to be kind of now to start building pressure and possession in the offensive zone. It's really been North Penn in the last 10 minutes.
That's right. They really got to start throwing people up top. At this point, if you lose 2-0 or 4, it doesn't really matter. They got to start generating some chances.
What a play there by Josh Jones. Possesses the ball, eludes 2 defenders, and plays it towards the middle for Ryan Stewart. Stewart plays to the other side, and they'll play it back for an overlapping midfielder. 30 yards from goal, North Penn plays into the middle. LaSalle's back line holds. Turning on the ball, trying to deliver it forward without clearing. What a great play there from Derek Hamill. LaSalle with possession now in the middle of the field. McCallick plays to the outside, and the overlapping back coming is Taj Weems. Joe Cole in the area as well as it's played back to midfield. This is number 17, James Barton. Barton is going to play it back, and LaSalle on the near side, content to build from the back. This is Joe Cole. Cole plays to the outside. Nice job there by Hayden Grasso to turn on that ball. Kind of felt it, Colin. Felt that there was a North Penn defender coming over that other shoulder. Played forward here for LaSalle. Headed back for the goaltender and saved by Sawyer Meade.
It's a great ball, though. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense once you turn their backs.
Delivered from about 40, 50 yards away, and that was desperation time there, Colin, for North Penn. Had to get ahead on that. Sawyer Meade wasn't going to get there on his own. It was going to be exquisitely placed at about the top of the box, if not for the timely header from North Penn. Now North Penn's going to build out of the back. LaSalle nearly dispossesses, but is played to the outside and forward. He's onside. It's heading towards the outside corner and out of bounds. North Penn couldn't run onto it, but it was a great idea to play that forward, perhaps possess.
He's offsides. They're calling offsides.
Oh, offside,
there.
Okay.
It's a makeup call for the goal.
You what,
it's a makeup call for the goal.
I think so, because I saw him onside. But nonetheless, here comes LaSalle the other way. 17 minutes, 13 seconds left. They still trail 2-0. That's the same score that North Penn defeated LaSalle back in mid-September. That's the last game that either of these teams have lost this season. A combined 32 consecutive wins amongst these two teams. Played forward by LaSalle and deflected there on the initial touch. Out of bounds by North Penn. Here comes LaSalle on a corner opportunity, the same corner that the first goal was scored from.
Goal kick.
Ooh, doggy. That was not that wasn't deflected by North Penn?
Sure looked like it. I think we need to get VAR up in here.
Yeah. I tell you, one of the Explorers didn't seem particularly happy about it. So, not the corner. Not the build-up we were anticipating. Hayden Grasso comes up with it, though, immediately for LaSalle. Plays it forward for Curran. That one chipped back for North Penn as that didn't get to Curran's foot. And now here come the Knights the other way. Great play forward by Josh Jones. Up there is Ryan Stewart. Stewart plays it back, and LaSalle defense able to recover beautifully. Given right back, though, to North Penn. Josh Jones, the big 6'4" guy, a junior. He's one of their rocks here, this North Penn team. Went with Adidas Select over to...
He's the Philly Pele, Bob.
There.
That's what they call him.
Do they now? This crossed in well. North Penn's going to get a look at it. The shot, and it goes wide. Heineman was on that post. That one never on target. And now we're getting a stoppage here. And what is the stoppage for, Colin? Perhaps there was a... Yeah, it looks like
a foul.
And a quick play here. LaSalle wasn't ready. Brought in towards the goal line. Chipped back in front. LaSalle gets an initial clearance. North Penn has it now back at the top of the box. Nearly made its way to Josh Jones. Sent in without a lot of pace. And Heineman, they're out to get it. Got to be now. 15 minutes, 17 seconds left in this second half. A PIAA semifinal. Live on Bob Long Sports and audio-only broadcast. Bob Long on play-by-play. Colin Baker, the all-time leading scorer for LaSalle, is on color commentary. Thanks for being with us here this evening.
Thanks for having me, Bob. Really appreciate it. Wouldn't miss it.
So now LaSalle carries it well. There's a lot of space there. North Penn holding
What
the
a
back
ball.
line. That
He's
comes
in.
through. That's
Golasso!
loose.
Golasso!
The shot
Oh,
by
there's a
Curran.
handball. That's a handball.
Handball.
That's a red card, and that's a handball. He saved the goal.
I thought so.
That's a red card.
Here we go. They're discussing it now.
This is where you need VAR, Bob.
There you go. Well, they're discussing
This
it.
has to be a red
It
card.
was absolutely an intentional handball.
He basically caught the ball as it was heading into the wide open net. That's the definition of a red card.
And it looked clear from up here. It should be a red card and a penalty kick
Yep,
upcoming.
it should be. And like I said, it's the 15-minute mark, Bob.
Could be a momentum shifter. And what are they calling now? There's still really been no call. They're backing everybody up.
And this is not good. Oh, okay, the time is stopped.
Clock is stopped.
I don't know.
Yep,
I don't
that's a
know
high
any
school
way.
rule.
I don't know any way that this is not a red card.
Well, they're backing everybody out of the box, and they're having a discussion, and that's a
yellow card. He caught the ball. That's a bad call.
But it is a penalty kick.
It is.
And Jennings is having a conversation. Sean
That's-
Jennings, the sophomore, is going to be the one to take it, and he is going to make himself heard. You're exactly right. It was a clear and
Luis
distinct.
Suarez did that in the World Cup.
Right.
And it's a direct red card.
But with the clock stopped at 14:46, a red card issued.
And LaSalle's got to keep their composure here. They're going to be as cool as a cucumber.
Now Jennings hustles off. Don't know what's going on here. So Jennings comes off. It's going to be Curran. Brandon Curran, the junior forward, the leading goal scorer this year for LaSalle. In net is Sawyer Meade. Mano a mano, 14:46 to play.
Duel of fates.
LaSalle trails 2-0, trying to cut it in half. Here's the penalty. It's off the bar. It's off the bar. Blown dead after it hit the bar. And LaSalle doesn't get the goal. Now, why was that blown dead?
I'm not really sure. I guess no one touched it. So that's why. But usually, it was blown dead because it hit the crossbar and he touched it.
Right, he touched it first.
However, this goes back that even if he would have missed that PK, LaSalle would be up a player, and it would be a totally different game. Again,
Right.
that goes back to that.
If it was no red card.
That is
Yeah.
100% a red card anywhere in the world.
He tried to chip it right down the middle. Sawyer Meade guessed right. Didn't really matter where he guessed. That one was headed right down the middle.
He struck
and
it well. Great pace. It just got a little too under it. It hit the bottom of the bar and bounced
straight
directly down.
So North Penn, the break of all breaks here with 14 minutes and 40 seconds left. LaSalle had the penalty kick, and Brandon Kern, who's been unbelievable all year, as you mentioned, Colin, struck it well. Just a little bit of rise on that ball, struck the bottom of the bar, straight down, did not go across the line.
The goalie was completely the wrong way. Unlucky. It was unlucky, Bob. The whole situation.
So LaSalle now needs to regroup. North Penn has an offensive attack coming here. Good move there on the left side. They're going to get a shot in. That comes right across the center. Nobody there, and it will go past the end line. Fortunate there for LaSalle. 6-yard kick upcoming. The clock ticks under 13 minutes and 45 seconds left. Heineman launches it high. Josh Jones comes in there with the header, and he came in with an elbow as well. Foul called on him. Heineman's going to hightail his way up there, but now it's going to be played short from LaSalle. They'll build from the back. Across the middle. Well done there by Barton. Barton plays back now for number 5, Joe Cole. About 40 yards from goal. Sends it in. That's a pretty good ball. And North Penn has a defender going down on the play. They still carry on. Cole overran it, and a nice clearance there by Mike Shaffey. In there, Carter Houlihan plays it down the field, tries to win the foot race, and he will. Carter Houlihan on the far side of the field brings it in. Has one other Knight in the middle trying to find him, but a second LaSalle defender comes over before he can deliver it in. This one kept inbounds, and here comes LaSalle the other way. Houlihan looks exhausted as he comes back down the field. LaSalle with some open space keeps it inbounds on the far side. Good work there from the Explorers as they'll switch the field looking for Barton. In there as well as Curran. Curran plays it deep. And knocked out of bounds by North Penn. A throw-in, Colin, will come from the top of the box.
They need to get some defenders in the box.
Got to get numbers forward now as we're under 12 minutes and 30 seconds.
North
LaSalle
Penn's
trailing 2-0.
continue to park the bus.
This one chipped in. It's high. It's just above the bar. So a good play through there by LaSalle. Nearly got the look, and I do think that Meade would have been there either way, but they got a shot towards net, and that's all you can really ask for at this point. Under 12 minutes to play in this PIAA state semifinal. North Penn, as you see at the bottom of your screen, 2. LaSalle, nothing. Play of the game thus far, you'd have to think is that this game could look a lot different if that's a red card for North Penn, and then certainly Curran did everything but the finish on that penalty kick and just caught the bottom of the bar.
But that would have changed everything.
How different could it look with 10 guys on the field with North Penn right now?
2-1 with 10 guys. I mean, I like LaSalle's chances there.
But alas, it was only a yellow card that was given.
That's a great
this
ball.
One sent in by Barton on it. LaSalle taking a shot in, and it was deflected immediately by North Penn. Nice play there by Ben Herron. He'll play it up for Barton. Barton controls and is going to play to the outside. Space here for LaSalle as they bring a few guys forward. Barton gets it back in the middle. Good two-man soccer now. Coming across the middle. Curran plays it back one more time, and now they work it all the way over to Taj Weems on the near side of the field. Played back for Joe Cole across the middle. 10:47 to play. Hayden Grasso pulls forward. Makes one defender miss. He'll pull it back and is taken down. A foul is called in a dangerous spot. 25 yards from the end line, Colin, just north of the box, right by the near side sideline.
And everyone's coming up. Coach McCaffrey's putting everyone in the box. LaSalle really needs to get something going here.
They're all by the far post. This coming from the near side. James Barton hesitates. Now it's an outswinger.
What a ball.
Coming in. Going up for the header. No. The follow is blocked there by North Penn. And now they're coming back the other way with a counter. LaSalle committed a lot of numbers forward, and I think fortunate that North Penn kicked it right out of bounds on the next one. But that was a great delivery in. Came from the leg of Taj Weems, an outswinger with the left. And LaSalle gives it away, perhaps a little bit aggressively there, rather than playing it. I think the square ball, they tried to throw that ball well down the field, but they are going to get it right back. Under 10 minutes to play, 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the PIAA state semifinal. North Penn retains a 2-0 lead over LaSalle. That matches the score from September the 21st, which is the last game that either of these teams have lost. It's been an incredible season to get to this point for both teams. LaSalle, a bit of a younger team led by some sophomores and juniors. Heineman, a senior in goal. Hamill and Leone, both seniors as well. But, James Crawford is in there. But 7 other guys on the starting lineup. Juniors or sophomores. For North Penn, it's about the opposite. A whole lot of seniors. This was thought of to be their year. LaSalle looking to spoil it, but it's played back past Heineman and a goal. That's the 3rd goal for North Penn. An unforced error as LaSalle was just trying to play it back to their keeper. The field player slipped, got way too much on that pass. It slid right by Heineman, who slid to the turf as well on this slick pitch. And it rolled past the end line in a heartbreaking fashion. Nothing that either of those guys could do, and you just kind of saw it developing slowly. Vito Leone was the one who kind of slipped on the play, and he embraces Heineman as to say, hey, man, that's a tough one. Love you, man. Nothing you can do on that one. And that's a tough way. That's a tough way for it to happen there, Colin. 3-0. So now LaSalle will have to put everybody forward. 8 minutes and 37 seconds left in the match. Played past the end line, a 6-yard kick upcoming for North Penn. It's been an unbelievable year for this LaSalle team, and one that head coach Tom McCaffrey is going to remember for a long time. And as we just kind of mentioned as well, a team that comes back next year in very many facets. It's a young team. It'll be a veteran team as well next year. A lot to learn from these experiences. The longest run that this program has ever made in the state tournament. And certainly they could find their way to an improbable comeback if they could dump a couple in the net in the next few minutes and attack for a third. But this one does feel like North Penn is taking complete control, and it would take a whole lot for them to lose it. On the North Penn side, we mentioned it, a very experienced team. And those that aren't seniors, a guy like Josh Jones, unbelievable, probably the best player on the field. This is a deserving team, the Knights of North Penn. LaSalle looking to deliver after a foul, and we get a stoppage here.
And a yellow card.
Yellow card upcoming. The clock is still ticking as they try to sort all this out, and now they're going to turn to the timekeeper up here and say, hey, stop the clock, and that's not happening, I don't think. And now they're coming over here to say, hey, adjust the clock, as the clock continues to run, and I don't think anybody's paying attention to our left. And they're still trying to...
Not really sure what's going on.
Well, what they're doing is they're trying to talk to the folks here and get a time change. And now the folks keeping the clock just 2 hours left, reluctantly opening up the window here in the press box. And now 6:50 is the time that they'll put on the clock.
10:50, I
heard. That's good stuff, Colin. 6:50 will be the time as LaSalle delivers it deep. Looking for a man. It's headed straight into the air. Will be possessed by LaSalle, headed into the box.
Oh, it's another handball. It looked like it touched something.
Yeah, the North Penn defender, I think, kind of took that off the thigh. Wasn't passing it back to the goaltender, but the goaltender does come and pick it up.
A little suspect, Bob.
Think so?
I think it was suspect.
I think you're grasping at straws, if I'm honest with you. This one launched high into the air. LaSalle has it now, playing it forward into the offensive zone. This is Taj Weems playing it back for Curran. Curran plays it forward, and stepping up nicely was the defender for North Penn and sent again forward. Barton turns on it. Back for Weems on the near side, played back for Joe Cole right at midfield, and they're going to work this one out of the back. 6 minutes left to play. 3-0. North Penn leads. LaSalle's state run certainly in tremendous jeopardy and nearing its conclusion. North Penn, with a victory, advances to Hershey, where they'll play this weekend in the state final. And this is one of those teams that people have been talking about. Is this their time? They've had a tremendous program. Paul Duddy has been a great head coach, and this is as far as North Penn has ever gone in the state tournament. Their best run in the state. It's not the first time that these two teams have played in the state tournament either, as in 2016, North Penn defeated LaSalle in the first round of the PIAA state playoffs 1-0. 5:15 to play. LaSalle had possession, and they are going to retain it in the offensive zone, but then give it right back. North Penn coming the other way. Josh Jones carries it forward right on the near line. And LaSalle gets it right back, but some pretty good time wasted there by North Penn. And right now, possession is the Knights' friend, Colin.
It is. There's not a lot of time left for LaSalle. That red card would have changed everything, Bob.
You think so?
I absolutely believe it.
It's tough, even without that red card that you were asking for. If you do hit that penalty, 2-1, different game.
Yeah, even with the red card without that penalty,
right.
It's still you're still gonna control the game, get some more opportunities. Fortunately, don't really know what the ref was looking at there, but
no doubt. But at the end of the day, I think you'll look back at this one if it is North Penn, and we're ticking under 4 minutes to play. North Penn elicited a foul and takes their time to deliver it down the field. I think you'll say this was a fair result.
I think North Penn 2-1 was a fair result.
Sure,
but
3-0
is a little. It doesn't look good on the scoreline, but it doesn't dictate or indicate how well LaSalle had played.
Sure,
I think
I'll
for
give
pockets,
you that.
LaSalle dominated, and the first 15 to 20 minutes of the game, LaSalle had some very good They had a ball cleared off the line. They had 2 balls cleared off the line.
Right, they did. That's right.
So it could have been a different game. It just that's soccer sometimes.
It is. You're exactly right. And I do think that from a possession standpoint, North Penn may have just outplayed LaSalle a little bit, and obviously now they're scrambling as this one's played forward. A lot of numbers committed forward for LaSalle. Now have to get back as North Penn brings it in, takes the shot, blocked there by the defense of LaSalle. Josh Jones.
Ooh, Philly Pele.
It's taken off his foot. LaSalle clears it up the field. But still no possession. North Penn under 3 minutes to play. Jones plays it forward. A good overlapping run. This shot comes right on. Heineman can't bring it down. That one is a goal for North Penn on the rebound. 4-0 Knights, and that caps it with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to play. Heineman is down as well.
I think he got kicked in the chest.
It was quite a hard shot off the foot of Starrett Vesper. Heineman made an initial save, tried to control it with a catch. That's a really tough ball to catch on a line like that on a night like this. Popped straight up, nearly got there to catch it before it came to the turf, but it did come to the turf, kind of knocked into a LaSalle defender. And then it was number 19, Sean Flatley, the junior, able to put it in. And North Penn, a 4-0 lead over LaSalle. And as you said, a game that doesn't feel that way on the scoreboard turns into a convincing result for North Penn on their way to the state championship. Once again, it's been Bob Long, Colin Baker alongside. Appreciate Colin making his way out here, his broadcasting debut, the all-time leading scorer in LaSalle College.
How would you
High
grade
School.
me? How would you grade me? Be honest.
I'm going to say I'm going to do what you said. No less than an A-.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's a fair result.
Just want to give another shout-out to my brother, Kevin Baker. I know he's listening all the way from Boston.
We appreciate that. Thank you, Kevin. Thanks for your support of your brother and of LaSalle Athletics.
Of course. He's a couple young soccer players up there. Unfortunately,
okay.
I don't think they're going to be coming to LaSalle from Boston. But
no, that would be a tough commute.
And one's a girl, so until that happens. But
right. Congratulations to the North Penn Knights as it ticks under 1 minute and 20 seconds to play. On to the state championship. We'll be watching, following along, and a really good rivalry, non-league in this area. They play each other about every year, and in some cases twice. A lot of respect between Tom McCaffrey and Paul Duddy. This is a rivalry, Colin, that we'll see go on year after year as these programs continue to replenish the talent. And perhaps some year in the future we find this same game once again.
Hopefully with a different result.
And for LaSalle, an unbelievable season, a young team, 7 starters that are not seniors that will return for next year. They'll miss the starters.
A lot of promise for next year, Bob.
No doubt about that.
Promise.
Jack Heineman off to bigger and better things after He graduates this year as a senior. Derek Hamill, Vito Leone, Joe, and I should say James Crawford. The 4 seniors on that starting lineup. But a lot of guys that we'll be excited to see. Seth McCallick, a freshman, got some good time off the bench. James Barton. And then Hayden Grasso, Brandon Curran. That's a good 1-2 punch there. Sean Jennings, central attacking mid. Lucho Narcisi and Taj Weems along with Joe Cole. I mean, this is a good soccer team. Their season will end here tonight as it ticks under 5 seconds to play. And there is the final whistle. The North Penn Knights, a senior-laden veteran team, wins their 21st straight game of the season. But really the big one, Colin, for them is number 22, and they'll get that chance on Saturday evening in Hershey. Your final thoughts on this one, Colin?
I think it's a tough game. I think LaSalle stood in it. Unfortunately, there's a couple goals that put them behind the 8 ball. But they should be proud. They should hang their heads.
Hold their heads high?
Yes.
Yes, they should.
Coming back next year, I think there's a lot of promise for this team, and I'm sure they'll be back in the same position next year.
And we'll have to get you back in this same position as well.
I don't know if you're going to let me back on.
I think we'll let you back on. It was good.
Yeah?
It was a good time.
Kind of a wild card up here.
Yeah, that's right. But a great night of soccer here at CB South. LaSalle, as you mentioned, hold the heads high. It's a tough result. The 4-0 loss looks a lot different than the soccer we saw on the field. 2 of those goals as LaSalle was committing a ton of numbers forward and a couple of missed plays at inopportune times. But I think we'll always look back, Colin, at that opportunity, what was or was not a red card, and intentional handball in the box. And honestly, even if that arm wasn't extended, that's a goal, right? If North Penn doesn't extend the arm, that's 100% a goal.
That was a play-saving. That was a goal. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. That was going in the back of the net.
And, hey, the way it worked out, for better or for worse, incorrect call or correct call, North Penn benefited from that. And so
as a striker, you're taught to do that.
Yeah.
If you're up 2-0 and it's an important game and you roll the dice, you hand it the ball, you make sure it doesn't go in, and it happens. Did not get a red card, but it worked out for him.
It worked out, absolutely. And so that's one that you'll look back on.
Don't hate the hustle.
Nope. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Is that what you're going for? Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
So that's kind of one of those key moments. And North Penn came up with the stop there. And Curran chipped it off the bottom of the bar, bounced down, just did not find its way past the line. And North Penn took advantage in the final 15 minutes. But a much closer game of soccer, as we mentioned, than it looked.
Yeah.
LaSalle's players coming over to salute the student section. Really nice showing.
As they say, Bob, LaSalle boys will be boys.
You want to redo that one?
No, do over. Boys will be boys, but LaSalle boys will be gentlemen.
There you go.
There we go. And look at them. Bunch of gentlemen out there.
A great season for LaSalle. They reached the state semifinals. A great season for North Penn, and it continues on Saturday. Congratulations and good luck to the North Penn Knights. A great night of soccer, and that team earned it here this evening. A really fun team to watch, and 21 wins and counting for the Knights. Thanks, everybody, being here with us on a special broadcast of the PIAA State Semifinals here on Bob Long Sports, an audio-only telecast. Thanks for being with us. For my color commentator and the leading goal scorer in the history of LaSalle High School, Colin Baker, I am Bob Long saying so long from CB South High School. And the next time you see us broadcasting LaSalle sports, it'll be for basketball. We look forward to it.
You're going to have me on for basketball?
In a couple weeks. You want to come out for basketball?
I don't think I'd be qualified.
All right.
Well, but I can.
In a pinch. How about that?
Sure.
Thanks, Colin. Thanks, everybody. Congratulations to the North Penn Knights advancing to the state championship, and LaSalle ending what was a tremendous season, and much more to come for Tom McCaffrey and that program. Good night, everybody. Stay warm, and we'll talk to everybody real soon.